Howdy doody. How are we all today? Give it a few more seconds for a few more to jump on, and we will get started into our Thursday cardio and core session. So, as usual, it's going to be a short, snappy 25 to 30 minutes, and we're going to work the cardio and we're going to work the core. So we'll start off in about 25-30 seconds with our wee warm-up. Make sure you have your mat, make sure you have a drink of water, and open whatever windows you need to open. If you're playing music in the background, turn it up and we'll get started as soon as we can. So today we're going to just do 8 exercises. We're going to go from cardio to core. As the name suggests, we're going to start off with punching and jumping. Move where we move both the feet and the hands at the same time. And we're going into then to our plank on the floor. We're going to then go on the floor, staying on the floor, into a mountain climber, flipping over into a crunch. We're going to then come back up onto our feet, and we're going to get some cardio going again with the jumping jack, and then onto the floor again for our dead bug. And then we're going to finish off with a nice lateral shuffle, and we're going to finish off on the floor with our ankle cross and flutter with the ankle. So I'll explain it as I go through. We'll be doing 2 rounds of this. When you're ready now, just bring it onto the toes. With a few on there now, so we'll get started. Bring it onto the toes, nice and light. Jogging it out. So really just get the body warmed up. Get the heart rate risen up a wee bit. Speed it up a little bit. And bring it into a jumping jack. Now with the jumping jack, you can step it here. If you have issues with pelvic floor or if lateral movements cause any trouble, step it this way. You can also bring your jack back the way here. So whatever way you're doing it, just make sure that you keep going. Forward and back into our strides. Back to jacks. And jog it out. Let's fix this hair. Speed it up. And 10. Nice big circles now with the arms forward. So while you're doing this, engage the core. Change directions. Don't just flail the arms. Make it a full body movement. Soft knees, tight core. Arms going out the way and back. Let's go 3. And then go diagonal. 3 each side. Good. Well done. So we're going to plant the knees, feet into the floor, soften the knees, and you're going to rotate the pelvis and the hips one direction. So let's go 6 each side. 1 more, and then change direction. So you're working back the way for another 6 or 7 each side. Well done. Bring it down into a squat position. Try and keep your chest tall. And then push the bum up into the air and stretch out the back of the legs. I say this every time. I really need to go and get my legs rolled out properly. They're so, so tight. And then push up again through. Ooh. Last one. So again, we're going to use the elbows now if we can to move the hips in a rotation. Hands down, you're going to bring it into a plank position, and I want you to bring your foot to your hand if you can. Hold it here and allow that stretch up into the knee, back of the leg and down into the glute. And then other side. Now if you can't bring the foot the whole way to the hand, it's perfectly okay. Watch this move instead. You're going to come to here and just hold it out. go deeper, and you want to go deeper, use the elbow towards the ankle. Another one each side. It's a great stretch for the hips and for the legs. Well done. Bring it onto your side now. And we've got our hand out, top leg is up, and you're going to rotate back, turning the chest towards the ceiling as you go. Let the knee lift if you need to. And 6. When you're done, flip it over. I'll just spin around so I'm still facing the camera. Again. Long arms and out. When you finish with your arm movements, roll onto your back. And you're going to do 12 glute bridges where you raise the pelvis up towards the ceiling and then roll the spine back down. So you can do 12 with both feet here, or you can do 6 with the ankle on the knee. Squeezing the bum at the top, rolling it down. Squeeze, roll it down. Do 6 each side. Switching over. One more, and that should be warmed up. I know I'm warming out this one. So, we're going to go straight into it. Most of you have done most of these exercises before. For those of you who are new to the group, bear with me and I will show them to you as we go. Remember, as always, if you are unwell or injured, you shouldn't really be taking part in these classes at all. And as well as that, if you have any questions as we go, just jot them down in the comments afterwards. Myself or Emmett will get back to you. I'm going to show 2 or 3 variations of each one as I go. So you choose which one you know you're able to do and continue the reps of that. So we're going to start with our punching or jumping. So it's a kind of a version of the Emmett has his Katie Taylor. This is more along the lines of something that we do in Strong Nation. It's punching and moving. It's a nice cardio exercise. You're going to start with your feet, both moving together forward and back. On the forward, jab a punch. Okay? 3. Hang on a second. Oh, give me strength. Sorry guys, 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Forward and back on the feet. Punching it out. So with your punches, you keep them at shoulder height. Watch to the side. I'm not going high. I'm not going low. I'm straight out in front. And forward, forward. Arm straightens out nice and fast. Halfway. Keep going, nice and light. So take a note now of which foot is forward, because you're going to do the other side in the next round. Keep going. That's you. Come on, you can do it. Other hand stays up to block the face. And time. Good stuff. Now, next exercise, we're going to our plank. So you're down onto your front, so that you can see me here. I'll change the camera for you. Your plank is on your knees to start with. You can do it off your toes as well. So I'm just going to tilt this down so you can see me a little bit better. That's better. And you're going to make sure that you engage the whole body nice and tight. From the floor, from the hips to the shoulder is all one movement. Down here, we're going onto our knees. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So onto our forearms, stay on our knees. Tuck that pelvis and hold. If you're more advanced than that and you want to do a wee bit more challenging, go like this. But make sure that the bum is here. Not here, here. Your elbows are directly below your shoulders. Your core is tight. You're holding everything really, really rock hard here. Core is tight. Bum, cheeks are squeezed. If it becomes difficult, dip the knees slightly, just. Stay up, stay up. Again, you can do it from here as long as that core stays tight. So engage and tight. You can tilt the pelvis towards the chest bone. Is a good way of thinking about that. Now, we're going to stay in this position. We're going to go straight into our mountain climber. So again, we're going to start the mountain climber in a plank position. Hands are underneath our shoulders. We're in our plank and we're going to easily and slowly bring in our knees. I'm going to show a higher version as well, okay? So you choose which one you're doing now and go for it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So your basic mountain climber is here. Pelvis tucked, knee comes in, knee comes in. Transfer the weight over to the other foot before you bring the other knee in. Keep going with that. If you find that difficult, go off a height, off a counter, off a table, as long as it's not one that's going to collapse or fall or push away from you. When that is more doable, then go onto your lower sofa and you do the same thing, and eventually you get to the floor and you're able to go into your mountain climber from here. You can cross body if you're more advanced, just don't bounce. Bring it going and time. Well done. Turning around now onto our back, and we're going into our crunch. So as always, as I know when I explained things on Tuesday's workout, your crunch, basic crunch or basic sit-up, your feet are on the floor if you're a beginner. You've got your hands on your thighs. You lift your head and shoulders. You don't move now apart from contracting here. When this moves, it automatically brings your shoulders up, so it'll automatically move your hands up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're going up and down. That's your basic sit-up. Now, if you want to turn this into a crunch, get the feet up, hands by your temples, and it's the exact same movement, but now you're not balancing with your feet, your lower abdomen, the whole muscle here is working now and contracting. And there's a little bit more work to be done to keep the balance. You're halfway. So this is more than effective. You can straighten the legs if you wish, if you want to challenge your balance, but to be honest, this is just as effective. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it up onto your feet, guys. We're going to go into our jumping jack and then back down into our dead bug. One of my favorites. So, jumping jack, same as what we did in the warm-up. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, we're jumping. I'm probably too tall now for the camera. I don't think it's far enough back today. We're here. Again, if you have issues with pelvic floor, if you have any injuries, perhaps that are niggling. So, for example, my knee's playing up at the minute, so I'm not going to do the high impact one for too long, okay? You can go here. Again, if lateral movements are an issue, go back here and up. Make it a nice sharp movement. Squeeze the bum cheeks as you go back. 10 seconds, you can do it, come on. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Back onto the floor, your dead bug. So you're going to lie on your back this time again. And again, I'm going to show variations. So for those of you who are with us for a while, your dead bug here, back is flat, and you're going to alternate your hands and feet. So you're going out and in, or keep the legs a little higher and the arms higher, or indeed, you can just work the legs. I'm going to go through beginners now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So if you're starting this out, hands and legs are here. Put the heel towards the ceiling and bring it back down. Heel towards the ceiling, bring it back down. So just keep working here, keep the core tight, keep the back flat. As you find that easy, if you find that easy, extend that leg a bit more now. Push through the heel, always through the heel, guys. No pointy toes. You save that for your Irish dancing. So we can go here eventually, where our back isn't going to arch. And then when I really want to extend, when I know my core is strong enough, I go here. But again, if you're here, 3, 2, time, that is fine. Well done, we're nearly done. Bring it up now for your lateral skip or lateral shuffle. Again, do whichever version you can, depending on how much space you have. So we're going to go to the side. We can go slow. We can step and stop. 1, 2, 3, and stop. If you can, shuffle it, knee, or hand or feet. I'll show you different variations. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I'm going to side and I stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. And then if I find that easy, hand to knee. bring it up, hand to knee. If that's not really challenging you, elbow to knee. And then suddenly you find this side here, the oblique muscles, end up getting a good wee crunch at the top here. So if you only have a little bit of space, do a skip, side, skip. So I'm showing you about 6 different versions here. You're not copying me now. You've chosen one and you're sticking to it. And 10. Well done. Okay, last time now. We're going down onto our back again. And we're going into our flutter ankle cross, okay? So again, we're going to use our back here to decide where our legs go. So we're here. We start here, flat back, legs are out. And very simply, I'm going to slightly bend the knee. I'm going to extend, and I'm going to switch the legs across and back. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I'm here, my hands are by my side. Now, easy peasy, get it a little bit lower. And if you want to go really low and you can keep your back flat, go here. So your legs can go up and down, but you're better if you can try and cross them. You can keep your head on the floor, but once you get your head on the floor, you'll have to raise your legs. So this is perfectly fine, but if you can, go here. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Keep the core tight. So this is really working the core as well as the hips. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Grab a drink. We're going to do that all over again. Wow, it's warm already. So, nicely combination of movements. Loads, wee bit of jumping, wee bit of core work, even some core work on the ground. The mountain climber is a great one for getting the cardio work combined with the core work. So as always guys, there's 4 or 5 or 6 variations of every one of these exercises, and there isn't one that you can't do. There has to be something in those variations that you can do. Try them and see. And as I keep saying, and I will keep reminding you, just because I jump from one to the other and Emmett does the same when he's instructing, we're not doing this workout for a workout, we are doing this for instruction. So you need to choose which one you're going to do. Do it for the full set. And if you know, okay, I could do that, probably the next version of that or the next variation that she's shown, then in your next set, try it. And then at least if it gets too difficult halfway through, you can revert back to the first one. It's all about building up. It's not a race, it's not a competition, and we do not want you attempting anything that your body is not yet strong enough for or ready for. And your body will tell you if you listen to it. Okay, we are going to go through that one more time, a wee bit faster this time. The moves are simple enough. I will keep demonstrating the different versions of them. And as always, questions, if you're thinking of something during the workout, jot it down straight into the comments once you finish, and I'll come back to you at some point this afternoon, okay? So, let's go again. Katie Taylor or Punchy McPuncher, so we're going to turn now the other leg. Remember the move, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back, punch, punch, punch. So get the feet going before you get the punches going. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm going to get my feet forward and back, hands are up, let's punch, 2. So your speed here is determined by your feet. I can go all day like this, nice and slow. It's not going to challenge me, is it? So, speed it up. And for the last 10 seconds, we are going to speed it up. Jab, 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 jab. So make sure that arm goes out in front. Keep it at shoulder height. Let's go. Speed it up. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it down onto your plank. Calm yourself, watch. Onto your plank. Again, off the knees or off the toes. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So from my knees, I go forward onto my forearms. I make sure my shoulders are directly above my elbows, and I make sure that I've got my pelvis tucked. If your bum is in the air, your shoulders cannot be above your elbows. Bring them forward. Tighten the core.
Tuck your pelvis towards your rib cage. That's what you want to do. You want to minimize the space between your pelvis and your rib cage. If this is too easy, lift those knees. But do you notice how I can go from this to this without moving anything except my knees? I don't move anything except my knees. Deep breaths. 3, 2, time. Well done. Staying here. We're going straight into that mountain climber. Again, starting in a plank position. Knees come into the chest. Switch the weight over to the other foot before you lift the knee. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So it's here. Switch. Here. Switch. Switch. Because what happens is people jump through the mountain climbers and they end up doing this big bouncy thing. No. In, out. You can speed it up if you wish, but it should still stay low. Your pelvis should stay low. And if you need to, go off a higher surface. From here as well, you can extend and progress by bringing the knee to the opposite elbow. But make sure your core is really tight as you do this move. Keep going, you can do it, come on. In, and time, well done. Okay, so turning it over now onto our back, and we're back into our lovely sit-up. So, back, flat on the floor, knees above the ankles, hands around the thighs, head and shoulders up. This is your starting position. You start here, you end here. You don't go back to here until the very end, okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Crunch your tummy. Nothing else moves except your tummy. You've got a golf ball distance between your chin and your chest. You want to challenge yourself a bit more. Hands go back to the temples for guidance. I'm not actually touching my head. Nothing changes. I can put my knuckles to my head. You do not want to be pulling the head. That's not a crunch. That's a neck injury waiting to happen. Crunch that tummy. Come on, you can do it. Squeeze that muscle. So one big muscle, squeeze it tight. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bringing it back up onto our feet. Whew. We're going into our jumping jacks. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go again. So it's out and in. Hands go up towards the ceiling and should touch here. Find your rhythm. If you've got music on, go for it. Use the music. Again, remember, you can always alternate if you get too tired. If you're struggling, maybe you've trained a few days this week and your body is tired. Guys, it's Thursday. We're all tired. Listen to your body. But challenge yourself if you can. That's it. Come on, you can do it. A few more seconds. Heart rate should be nicely up now. You're nearly there. 3, 2, time. Well done. Sorry. Okay, down onto your back for our dead bug. Now I'm saying dead bug. Beginners, we can do this as a single leg extension or lower, okay? So again, flatten the back, shoulders are flat, spine is flat, knees are here at 90 degrees. Heels first, up and down, or out and in. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So out and in. So if it's going to arch your back, make sure you go up a little bit higher. Otherwise, if you can go here without arching your back, you're going to work the lever of the hips. And then eventually you will be able to go to the floor. When you're going to the floor, if you are going here, squeeze the bum as you go, but as you go down. So if you're doing this quite easily, this is now where we want to bring in the hands. So I'm going to bring the opposite hand out. Again, this can be a small movement. Look, doesn't matter which one you're doing. You're still working the same muscles, guys. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bringing it back up for our side shuffles. We're nearly finished. You are smashing this Thursday. Side shuffle, and then we're going to finish with our floor kick on the floor. 3, 2, 1, let's go. To the side, depending on how much space you have. Use your own rhythm. You can take 3 steps, 2 steps, 17 steps, depending on how much space you have. Go for it. Again, leg goes behind, stop. Step it. Again, if you have issues with lateral movements, go forward. So just jog it over and back. Stop. Jog it over and back. There's always an alternative. If you want to advance it, remember, but get that elbow to that knee. Keep that chest tall. Don't come down to meet it. Let the knee come to meet you. Nearly there. 5 seconds. And time. Bringing it back onto the floor. One last time for our ankle crosses, okay? Let's keep going. 3. Again, back flat into the floor. That's not what I want. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So, extend the legs. Cross them over. Try and straighten them out as much as you can. So this movement should really be coming from the hips. Some people do this. Back flat on ankle flat or ankle cross. You need to extend the legs and move it from the full leg. Your knees can be slightly bent, but the movement is from the hip. So your lower back is flat into the floor. You're balancing on your hands as well as the bottom of your pelvis at the back, and you're going to cross the legs. If you can come low without hurting the back or arching the back, go for it here. Cross it over. 3, 2, and time. Well done. That is us. Good start to a Thursday morning or a Thursday evening, whatever time you're doing this with us. So walk it out, grab a drink, and we'll cool down. Oh gosh, it's warm already. It's so humid. So I hope you enjoyed that. We're all okay. Good. Again, please ask questions. Join in conversations. Check out what's happening in the threads on the page. Start now and just march it out. You can walk around your kitchen. Some people just like to walk and shake it out. Others like to move. If you've got music on, have a boogie, whatever you need to do. So, again, big circles now. We're going to put the hands back, soften those knees, and make nice big circles. If your neck was tense at the start of this, it should be a little bit looser now. Change direction. Good. Push the hands forward. Good work. Put it out now to the side and then push it back a little bit further. Hold it. Bring the arm across and then pull it in so that you're really getting a good stretch into the back of that shoulder. Hold it for as long as you need. Switch sides. Okay, from here, put your foot behind slightly and just reach up. So the same side goes behind and up. And that'll get a nice stretch down into this oblique and lower back. Switch sides. Very carefully step back and just reach up. Nice work. Hold it here again. Hands behind the back. Let's roll it down and stretch out the shoulders. Finishing off the arm stretches with a few shoulder rolls. Up and back. Back and down. 2 more. This really is important when you've done quite a lot of arm work and shoulder work that you stretch them out. Okay, so I want you to come down onto your floor, lie onto your back. We're just going to stretch out the legs from here. So we're on our back, we've got our 2 knees in, and we're just going to hug the knees to the chest. So again, we're stretching the hips here as well. You should feel this in here, in the hips and the groin. If you pull this in properly, you'll feel that. And with the lever movements that we did in today's workout, there was quite a bit of hip work. Might not have felt like that, but trust me, there was. Hold on to that left knee and extend the right leg. Hold it. Again, remember you can go here. As long as your heel goes first, guys. And then back to here again. Heel out. You're going here, advanced crew, and I want to see you here, if you can. Put your 2 feet down, put your left ankle onto your right knee. Reach through the back of that leg, holding onto the hamstring, and just pull that leg carefully towards you. Now again, you can do 2 things here. You can use this elbow to push that knee out and stretch the hip further, and push the heel towards the ceiling at the top there, and you will feel that every time. It gets me. And then we're going to switch over. Put the ankle on the knee, reach through for the hamstring, pull back, and enjoy that stretch. Push the heel up towards the ceiling. Oh, I need to roll out my legs. And 10. So you're going to bring it down onto your side now, or onto your front, whichever you can do. Hands out in front for balance. Top leg, knees together, heel to bum, and hold. Push the pelvis forward, stretch that quad. If you're on your front, push your pelvis into the floor, if you can. And then switching sides, I'm just going to show the front one here for the other leg. Hands below the shoulders now, and you're just going to glance at the wall in front of you. Don't want a big movement here, I don't want a sudden jump or push, and I don't want you to hurt your back. So just look at the wall in front of you, stretch the shoulders, stretch the abdomen, and then bring the bum back onto the heels into child's pose. Hands here, toes, bring it up. We're going to finish off with one last stretch. Big deep step back, knee low, pelvis tucked, and hold. So get a good stretch into that quad. And then finish her off here. Back we go. Low, hold, and try not to fall. And bring it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I do hope you enjoyed that. Again, questions in the comments below. I'm going off and have a shower to head to work. And I will see you tonight for Strong Nation at 8 o'clock in the group. Remember, it only stays up for the hour that it's live, and that's not my fault, it's licensing agreement, but I can't wait to see a few more of you trying that. It's really, really lovely to hear